Before we get started, if you're interested in getting a request or a commission, there are multiple pages down below that can help you with that. Otherwise, enjoy. Thank you. Hello everyone, Galacticstorm here. Welcome to the show, and today we're going to be at Motown Bot Showdown at I3 Detroit with Obsidian. Yes, you probably remember me going through this place a couple of times already. The first one was with the Ferryweight Obsidian and my plastic Antweight, which really didn't do well. And then the second time was with Typhoon in October. So a couple months passed by, and now I'm ready for my first event. There are some pretty formidable Antweights coming in, and some of them I'm not really familiar with. So now I'm going to be trying to, adjust Obsidian and go in from there and see how everything works. So before we start, I'd like to say that I'm not using the original chassis now. I'm going to be using the smaller version. Why? Well, the chassis just bent and I couldn't really control Obsidian. So I went for the smaller chassis, shoved everything inside, and now everything is working at this point. All I had to do was shove a little bit of duct tape onto some of the fins, and now we're ready to go. So the event is going to be very similar to the last few. Instead of it being 4 fights to go through, we've got 3. It'll be a Swiss bracket, depending on how we win or lose. So, depending on how I do in that, I'll be going into a bracket. If not, I'll be eliminated. So, without further ado, let's see how Obsidian does, shall we?
Oh, did you disconnect?
I need to see some motion in 10, 9, 10, 9. That's a tap out. That's the end of the fight.
That was good if it gets hit in the back. If it gets hit in the back, it's good. Wait, you can see it back there. Dude, if you can see it from here, look up. Yo. Wait, is the weapon not spinning? Never mind.
Oh no. Oh, grinding them up.
It doesn't really move.
Still, very effective weapon.
Oh my gosh, that is fragile.
Are those stickers?
What's the talent gonna win?
Yeah, that was absolute shit. So what happened? The first event, I didn't turn on my robot right, and later into the fight, I paid for it. So I checked, everything was good. All I had to do was just twist the switch a lot tighter, and it would work. The majority of the fight, however, was basically traction. The front fins, the front forks, whatever you want to call them, they weren't putting enough force into it, and I think the wheels were just smaller, and they didn't have enough traction from the that hybrid Vitaflex and rubber cement combo. That didn't work out as well, and it just, yeah, I didn't have enough movement, and it just absolutely killed me. Weapon reliability, not really. As you saw, like in the last minute or two or last 30 seconds, you could see the weapon trying to spin up, but we had some hard times because I used up too much power. That's basically what I did. So what happened to the third fight? There was going to be a third fight. I put, duct tape onto my wheels, made it more tractionable. I did some testing. It worked. And I was hoping to face them, and, my opponent forfeited. The opponent I was going to have was Hatchet from Team Nacho Robotics. But they lost a motor, they couldn't find another, so they had to forfeit, and they had two other robots to deal with. They had Chip, which was another ant weight, and Queso, a beetle weight combo. So yeah, I wasn't really happy with this event. I was expecting a little bit better from Obsidian. At least maybe 2 wins, and maybe a good win within, just randomly. Or not randomly, but just performance-wise. So what we're going to do with the next event. The next event is next week. In Canton, Ohio, it's Champ Makerspace. So the biggest thing that we're going to have to be doing is getting a bigger tire. That's it. Everything else, it works. I just need to get a newer tire. Hopefully I'll get it this week, maybe later on. Or I'll just have to man up and put something stickier onto the tires to try, just for that to try out. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. Until then, I'll see you all later.